So today we will be doing some medium knotless, kind of like a tutorial, but y'all just watching me do what I did. First off, I gotta make sure them parts are clean, and then I go into my knotless braid. I split that section into 3, and I do 1 full rotation of a braid before I start adding my 3 pieces of braiding hair. I honestly pull from the rack, and I can just feel with my fingers how much I'm supposed to take. If it's too little, I add a little bit more to that section. And I often add like another piece if it gets a little skinny in my hand, just to make the braid not so skinny and boneless. Okay. Now I'm going to the next braid, and I'm just showing you guys these steps over and over again. I'm gonna try to talk to the whole tutorial, but it's basically the same thing over and over again. You just keep repeating yourself, and you add in the 3 pieces of hair, and you make sure you have a taut grip on that hair when you're braiding down, especially at the root. You don't want it loose. You don't want it in the bottom of the brick or at the top of the braid. Just make sure it's in the middle. When you get that full rotation, you start adding your hair in. You still keep that taut grip while adding all 3 pieces in, because you want your root to look sleek, neat, and nice. Okay, you're gonna tuck the hair behind the braiding hair regardless. You can add product and you can comb it through so it can blend seamlessly, and you just braid on down. I had to tuck her hair the best I could because it was like a chestnut brownish reddish color or whatever, and the hair I had on hand was 1B. So 1B is natural black, and they did not match, but her roots were black, so it made the braids like look flawless because her roots were black. They weren't the color of her ends. So yeah, I tucked them and added that product and combed it through while adding the amount of hair that I needed to add, because if you add too little, you won't be able to tuck it how you need to tuck it in the first place. You want the braiding hair to cover the color of her hair. Okay, you don't want her hair peeking out. And regardless if her hair was even black, you would still want to tuck that hair in and make it, seamless and not noticeable. Like I said, I'm just doing a full braid, adding my piece of braiding hair, braiding down a full rotation, adding hair, then braiding down a full rotation. I do that 3 times, like I said. And then I tuck the hair as best as I can. Okay. And I just continue to braid down. You want to add that product to the scalp. Make sure your parts are clean. Comb from ends to roots. And yeah, you could blow dry this section before you do it also, because natural hair will naturally draw back up. Spray your heat protectant and blow dry it out. If you need to do that section by section before you braid, it really does help. Right here, I'm on my last couple of braids, and this one I get excited because I love doing the finishing touches. And as you can see here, I pull from the rack. You just have to pull it like swiftly and quickly, if you know what I'm saying, like so the hair won't like be on the ground basically. And then I'm just tucking and combing and adding that product and braiding down. And you want to make sure that you are detangling the hair as you braid down. You can take 1 piece of the braided hair and slide it through, and it'll detangle the rest of the braiding hair. And now we are getting down to the finishing touches. I just like to get my kettle boiling hot, and I use my hand as a protectant. Even though you're supposed to use like a towel or whatever, I've been doing it so long, I just use my hand. I'd rather burn myself than burn my client. But yeah, they won't feel any of the heat because you have it away from their neck. You want to tell them to lean their head back a good amount so they won't feel any heat or any hotness or any hot water on them. And sometimes I just take the excess water and just put it on their scalp. I know it feels really good, and it can loosen up any product that had got on the scalp or any excess product on the braids. I'm going to go in and add my mousse, and you want to make sure you massage that mousse into the scalp and into the braids to add that moisture back into the hair. And then after that, you want to just push it down. And I was letting her see her hair, like how long it was. She wanted mid back, but she told me these things like when she got here, so I automatically braid with butt length hair. So I stopped mid back, and she was like, that's fine. And then my scissors was not working, so I couldn't even cut off the excess and redip it. So she just had some long ends. But I told her, if you want to get a razor or scissors, you can cut the excess ends off. I put my oil sheen on and the nozzle was broke. I don't know where the nozzle is. And my Got2b, and I add that BioSilk oil. It is the best oil. I put it on all my clients' head when I finish. That's why we tell you guys not to show up with any oils in your hair or any creams or anything, because for one, it's not going to mesh well with the braiding gel. It's going to turn white. And then for two, we add those things into your scalp after the braids are put in. You can also do this 2 to 3 times a week to ensure a healthy scalp and healthy hair growth. And I just make sure to get every braid, you know what I'm saying? She had a little bit of thinning in the crown area of her head, so I just told her, be sure to oil that scalp. She asked also, could she wash her hair in like 2 weeks or something like that? And I told her it was completely fine. Like, if you don't care about fuzzies and things like that, you can wash your hair in the protective style. They also have the dry shampoo that you can put on your scalp, and it feels so good. I'm not a big fan of the smell, but it gets the job done. And when it dries, I don't think it smells anymore. But yeah, I just love running my fingers through their hair when it's done. Like, the finished product be so tea. Okay, look at the boxes. Look at you see it. The bricklayer is bricklayering. Okay, I have a bricklayer video on my page also that I'm gonna upload just to show you guys how I do bricklayer for medium knotless. It's super easy, super simple, and it'll have your braids looking so neat, clean, put together, and the braids falling in between each other as they should. And right here you can see, like, my scissors were not working at all, like cutting nothing. I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't know where my other pair of scissors, my hair scissors, were, so I just had to rip the wrap strips. I keep the wrap strips on the front of the hair while I'm doing the finishing touches and doing my last 2 braids, just so the edges can set nicely. I lay them before I put the wrap strips on, but yeah, I just had to tear it off. But it came out super pretty, super cute, and the wrap strips do not hurt like the client's ears or anything like that. You just throw them away after you're done. A lot comes in the little things, so it's plenty of them. So for each client, I will use 2 wrap strips to wrap around their edges while I do my finishing touches, and their edges be looking cute after. So right here, I'm just showing you guys the parts, the braids, get into it. Super pretty, super neat. Her hair looks healthy and shiny and just super neat, and I love it. Medium knotless is like my most booked style because I eat down every time. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I can't believe I'll talk for 8 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.